Kim, you're smarter than me. That's all.
Alright, let me see if it's...
Oh,
It's not.
Well, there's also a 10-second delay.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, now it's showing... Why is the slideshow not moving now?
It says live. There's a problem playing.
Black.
Why is there a problem?
Why is the slideshow not going?
I don't know. That's a good question.
There it goes. An error occurred. There we go. It's on there now.
It's not on mine.
There you go.
Okay. So then start recording again. Sorry. Okay, so to end it, we have to end it up there.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
It's alright. Alright. Well, at least we're good now. Sorry, people in the back. They're probably already lined up.
They're not, no. But I wonder why I'm not seeing...
Because it was stuck up there like that. Forever.
There's not that much of a delay.
There,
Okay.
mine goes. Yeah.
That's a really long delay.
Yeah, it is. It says 1 minute.
Okay, that's
Down
fine.
here.
That's fine. Okay. Thank you, Kim.
Welcome.
You're like
We're good now.
Sitting in the panic seat.
I was like, oh god. Alright.
Well, it doesn't help that like this is our first time doing it
Right.
officially. Like,
What happened?
I'll make sure out in like the lobby that the audio is working because we should like be able to hear them, and I'll let you know.
Okay. say something. As I would expect it.
ceremony.
Oh,
We've hired a photographer to capture the moment.
they're not turning on. This thing's loose.
During the presentation of graduates, we encourage you to express your pride by applauding and cheering, but please refrain from using
Shoot.
Now, in the event of fire and other emergency, you're asked to proceed with
It wobbles in there.
exits are identified by
You want me to try to hold it down?
Oh no, that'd be too much work for you.
southeast and southwest corners of the jet.
She didn't even turn me on.
Entrance of the gymnasium. Please proceed to the nearest outside exit of 1 We'll get started in just a few moments.
Yeah, it's just, it's wobbling around in there, so it's not it's just feeding in and out. It's not the right size or anything.
Let's see if I can get a different.
I don't know, that's weird. They always take my last 2 lines because it feeds up the screen.
Are you okay with using different headphones? I'm sorry.
That's all right.
But I think these should slide. At least let me know if
Okay.
we don't get it.
No, it's weird because I heard it first, but then when they started, it's all over the place.
Well, the voice was also quiet because our mic is a little bit too close to that. I'm sorry. Yeah, well, I will look over once we start getting signal
Okay.
and just let me know if it's important.
I hear crowd noise, but hopefully it comes through.
Yeah.
Thank you. She's still. She's getting 2 lines.
I don't see anything. But like here?
To the green.
Is he watching it? Tell him he's not getting paid for this.
Will you please stand for the national anthem? You may be seated. Welcome to this momentous occasion, graduates, and thank you to the guests that have joined us this evening. I am Provost Greg Ferenchek, and I'm delighted to congratulate the class of 2024 on behalf of the faculty of Central Ohio Technical College. Graduates, through your perseverance and dedication, you have arrived at the culmination of your educational experience, commencement. You have earned the right to be incredibly proud of yourself and your achievement. Today, it is all about you and what you have achieved here at Central Ohio Technical College. For over 50 years, Central Ohio Technical College has been a place where students could redefine their lives. Since we first opened our doors, more than 15,000 students have made the transition to alumni. Tonight, that number rises yet again with you. When the time comes to turn your tassel, feel confident in yourself and carry that confidence into the world. The faculty and I applaud your success. Congratulations, graduates. I now welcome the president of Central Ohio Technical College, Dr. John M. Berry.
Good evening, one and all. The faculty, candidates, and guests of Central Ohio Technical College are assembled. I now proclaim the autumn 2024 commencement ceremony to be in session. It gives me great pleasure to introduce the members of the Central Ohio Technical College Board of Trustees who are with us this evening. Trustees are appointed by the Governor of the State of Ohio and by a trustee selection committee. As I call your name, please remain standing for recognition. Mr. Robert A. Montagnes, Chair. Mr. Andrew P. Wansel, Dr. Mark Law, and Ms. Rhoda S. Warnock. If you could give us a round of applause. Thank you all. We also have members of the President's Cabinet on stage. As I call your name, please remain standing for recognition. Brian Bomer, Superintendent of Facilities and Support Services. Dr. David Brillhart, Vice President for Business and Finance. Dr. Greg Ferenchek, Provost. Dr. Kim Mano, Director of Advancement. And Dr. Jackie Perrell, Vice President and Chief of Staff. Thank you for your service. Lastly on stage is Assistant Professor Thomas Comisford, who has served as COTC's faculty member since 1994. As our senior-most faculty member, Tom has the honor to serve as our mace bearer. The college mace is a symbol of the Office of the President and represents each of our 4 campuses. The mace is used to lead the academic procession at commencement and other ceremonial occasions. Tom, would you please stand and be recognized? On a lighter note, this was Tom's first ever time to read the processional, and he did a fine job. He did not fall, he did not drop anything, so we're very, very pleased. Thank you, Tom, very much. Now it's my pleasure to call on Mr. Robert Montagnes, Chair of the Central Ohio Technical College Board of Trustees, to offer comments on behalf of the board.
Thank you, President Barry. It's really my pleasure to be here this evening and to be one of the first to congratulate the graduates on really such a significant achievement. You've put in a lot of time, energy, effort to get your degrees, to enhance your skills, and there's no doubt in our mind, as board members, you will use those to the fullest potential. But I always challenge graduates. I've had the chance to speak at a number of these. Many of you may know I work at a hospital, and this time of the year, we seem to engender a lot of folks who want to help. And I think if you can take all the education, the skills, the energy that you've used and you've learned here at COTC, and also take those back to your communities and use them to help, not just during the holidays, but throughout the year. Improving the health of the community is our mission, but I hope that it's a mission much larger than just our organization and that you can carry that forth, whether that's in Coshocton, Knox, Newark, Pataskala, or wherever you may go. Once again, congratulations on this significant achievement. We are so proud that you chose COTC and that you will be leading us into the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Montagnes. Now, we do something a little different at COTC when it comes to our commencement speakers. We actually have two speakers that represent both the graduating class and an alumni who has represented yourselves in the workforce as well. So this evening, our first presenter is actually speaking on behalf of the class and is a graduate of this group. So it is my pleasure to introduce our first speaker. Representing the graduating class, this graduate has earned her Associates of Arts degree, which exemplifies resilience and determination. Starting as a student employee in the Gateway, which is our enrollment management center, she transitioned to a permanent position this summer, showcasing her growth and commitment. She plans to continue her education by transferring to a four-year college with aspirations of attending law school. Balancing academics with an extraordinary work ethic, she has successfully managed 2 to 3 jobs while pursuing her studies. It is my pleasure to introduce Abigail Majors to the stage.
Thank you. Good evening, graduates, faculty, parents, and guests. It is an honor to speak on behalf of all graduates tonight. I want to acknowledge all students for their hard work and dedication to complete their degrees. COTC has been an extraordinary experience for the first years of college. The transition from high school to college was not easy for me, but with my instructors and advisors' support and guidance, I completed my associate's degree. Being at this institution has brought me many opportunities that I never thought I would have. In the summer of 2023, I got to experience Italy, and it was the best decision to submit that application. It was my first time, and I was terrified of leaving the country, but I had to remind myself that hiding from my fears would take away the chances of a lifetime. Thank you to the Reese family for giving me the fantastic opportunity to meet new people, learn about new cultures, and be able to tell my story about Italy to my friends and family. The best advice that I could give to my fellow graduates is to have a support system. Have people that will guide you through your experience and support you. One thing that I have learned through the 2 years I have been at COTC is to ask for help and talk about how stressful life can be. This is the time to figure out how to navigate this hectic life and have connections to people who matter. One last piece of advice I would like to share is to be okay with not having a direct plan. Plans change consistently. If we try to control everything, we take the fun out of growing up. I want to take the time to recognize my dad for understanding and trusting me through my decisions, my Uncle Sean for teaching me the value of acquiring knowledge that I never thought I would need, my father-in-law for guiding me through adulthood and standing by my side through the worst times, Wyatt for being my most significant support system, Cody, who has made me laugh and taught me how to not take life so seriously, My mom for teaching me to stand tall and fight through the anxiety and stress. My sisters for listening to my troubles. My sister-in-laws who have been more like sisters to me. And most notably, my mother-in-law that has treated me like her own since I walked through her door. And last but not least, my boss, Paul, that has worked with my busy schedule throughout the years. Every person I have acknowledged is a person who has made my experience worth it. Proving that I accomplished a degree shows that they have taught me well. Again, thank you to COTC for giving me the best 2 years of learning, new friendships, and adventures. It has been a gift to be a student, staff member, and the speaker of the 2024 Fall Commencement Ceremony. I wish every graduate the best of luck on the rest of your journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Abigail, and that was a job well done. We had a chance to talk before she was doing her presentation, and standing up in front of 1,000 people is a bit intimidating. So congratulations on that. And she actually read off of my script. All of my parts are really big, like there's 16-point font. Hers was 11-point font, and you did a great job. Congratulations. Now I want to introduce our next speaker, a visionary in the world of infrastructure. He serves as a member of the Alumni Council and was an Alumni Award recipient last year. With over 27 years of industry-specific experience, this person has emerged as a trailblazer in pavement management, demonstrating an unwavering commitment to revolutionizing how we build and maintain our road systems. As the founder and CEO of Pavement Management Group, he has consistently pushed the boundaries of innovation to create safer, more efficient, and longer-lasting roadway networks. Armed with an associate's degree of science from COTC in drafting design technology, and a Bachelor's of Science in Information Technology. His educational background strengthens his deep understanding of the intersection between technology and infrastructure. Beyond his impressive credentials, he passionately advocates for stronger and safer roads, collaborating tirelessly with industry stakeholders, government agencies, and community leaders to create meaningful, lasting impacts. Please join me in welcoming Mr. James Golden, a leader dedicated to shaping the future of infrastructure.
Thank you, Dr. Berry. Good evening, graduates, faculty, family, and friends. What an incredible honor it is to be standing before you today. About a year ago, I was humbled to be announced as COTC's Alumni of the Year. As I look out here, I have no doubt that one of you, at least one of you, will also be able to receive that prestigious honor at some point in your career. Let me begin by congratulating all of you for reaching this amazing milestone this evening. You've worked hard, persevered, and now you're here ready to step into the next chapter of your life. Take a moment to soak this all in. This is your moment. About 25 years ago, I sat where you all are right now. Having just earned my associate's degree in drafting design technology. Back then, I had no idea how that degree from COTC would shape my life, my career, and my purpose. All I knew at the time was this: I had dreams, pretty big ones. Let me share a lesson that I've carried with me, a little bit of a mantra that I've developed for myself as well since my last days here. It's pretty simple, but I hope you all find it pretty powerful. Dream big, work hard, become legendary. Dreaming big means having a vision for your life that scares you not just a little bit, but quite a bit. For me, dreaming big meant breaking out of the status quo, taking risks, and building something that matters, not just for myself, but for all of those around me. Today, I'm the CEO of Pavement Management Group, and I'm privileged to help communities across the country pave better roadways, literally and figuratively. But that all started right here at Central Ohio Technical College, with a dream and a belief that I could do more and be more. Work hard. That's where all the magic really begins, right? Dreams are the blueprint, but the hard work is the foundation that you will continue to build upon. There's no shortcut to success, and there should be no finish line to your success. When others quit, you keep moving. When doors close, you find a way to open them. Or better yet, you build your own doorways and you just walk right through them. Whatever career or path you pursue, remember this: the road to greatness isn't always smooth, but every pothole you overcome will make your story that much more legendary. And finally, becoming legendary. This isn't about fame or fortune. It's about leaving your mark. It's about creating a legacy. Whatever you do, whether it's in engineering, healthcare, business, education, make it count. Be the one who inspires others, who lifts others up, and always gives more than they take. Now, as a guy who spent decades working with roadways, let me leave you with one last analogy. Life is a lot like building and traveling roads. Some days you'll encounter cracks, detours, wrong turns, delays, and more often than not, you're going to encounter quite a few dead ends. You'll face roadblocks that make you want to quit or turn around and head back to your comfort zone. But remember this: the strongest roads are built layer by layer through effort, patience, hard work, and resilience. If you're willing to keep paving, keep traveling, one step at a time, 1 mile at a time, you'll create a path that's not just for yourself, but for everyone who comes after you. So to the class of 2024, go out there and dream bigger than you think you should. Work harder than you think that you can, and never stop until you become the legend that you were meant to be. Congratulations on your journey so far. Now it's time to pave the way to your future. Thank you.
Thank you, James, very much. I never knew you could have so much metaphor or analogy to pavement and roads in my life, but that was pretty cool. I like that. That was awesome, man. That was very, very good. So James, you and Abigail and all the graduates seated in front of me are an inspiration to the faculty and staff of Central Ohio Technical College, your friends, family, and all future students and graduates of the college. Before the diplomas are handed out, I want to just briefly recognize a few caring and dedicated people who have supported you along the way. The COTC faculty play a crucial role in bringing the graduates to this important milestone. Will all of the COTC faculty members please stand for recognition? Thank you. You may be seated, all but one person. Cindy Nauer, if you could please stand for us. After 28 years of service to Central Ohio Technical College as a faculty member, Ms. Cindy Nauer has announced her retirement effective December 2024. Ms. Nauer began her long career at COTC in 1996 after gaining experience in human resources and business. She rose to the rank of full professor in the Business Technologies Department, where she taught all the business courses and served as program director for 24 years. She started online learning at the college in 2010, business internships, and the study abroad program within the business department. While faculty, Ms. Nauer also served as the college as a member of many committees during her tenure, such as the Teaching Excellence Committee, Union Negotiation Committee, Mentoring Committee, Rank and Promotion Committee, ITS Committee, Scholarship Committee, Service Learning, Student Awards, and Professional Development Committee. As this is her last official act as a COTC faculty member, I want to take this opportunity to thank Ms. Nauer for her years of service to our students, community, and COTC over the past 28 years, and wish her well as she opens a new chapter in her life as a COTC retiree. Congratulations, Cindy. We also have a very special group of people who have served in many capacities for you along your way. Will all of the college staff members please stand for recognition? Thank you all. You may be seated. And last but certainly not least, nothing could have happened for our graduates without love, dedication, and support. Will the families and friends of our graduates please stand and be recognized? Thank you. You may please be seated. Dr. Ferenchek, I will turn this back over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Berry. It is my pleasure this evening to recognize those students graduating with distinction. Students graduating with honors have earned an overall grade point average of 3.5 or higher out of a possible 4.0. The names of students who have achieved this level of performance are identified in the commencement program. Also, Central Ohio Technical College honor graduates can be recognized by the gold tassels on their caps. Will all of our honors graduates please stand and be recognized? Thank you. Please be seated. Members of Phi Theta Kappa, the International Honor Society of two-year colleges, maintain at least a 3.25 grade point average and are involved in numerous service projects on campus and in the community. Phi Theta Kappa students are wearing gold stoles. Will all of our Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society graduates please stand and be recognized? Congratulations. You may be seated. We also have graduates that are members of the Alpha Delta Nu Nursing Honor Society, which recognizes the academic excellence of students in the study of associate degree nursing. Alpha Delta Nu students are wearing apricot cords. Will all of our Alpha Delta Nu Nursing Honor Society graduates please stand and be recognized? Congratulations. You may be seated. Graduates that began taking college courses at Central Ohio Technical College while in high school are identified by their green and white cords. Will all of our high school options and College Credit Plus students please stand and be recognized? Congratulations. You may be seated. Lastly, it is my privilege to recognize those students who are graduating as veterans or members of the United States military. Military veterans and active duty personnel are identified by a red, white, and blue cords. We honor and appreciate you for serving our country. Please stand and be recognized. Congratulations. You may be seated. As I call your degree or certificate, please rise. Audience members, please hold your applause until all of the candidates have been recognized. Will the candidates for the degree Associate of Applied Business in Accounting Technology please stand? You may be seated. Will the candidates for the degree Associate of Applied Business in Business Management Technology please stand? You may be seated. Will the candidates for the degree Associate of Applied Business in Information Technology please stand? Will the candidates for the degree Associate of Applied Science in Criminal Justice Technology please stand? You may be seated. Will the candidates for the degree of Associate of Applied Science in Digital Media Design Technology please stand? You may be seated. Will the candidates for the degree Associate of Applied Science in Early Childhood Educational Technology please stand? You may be seated. Will the candidates for the degree Associate of Applied Science in Health Services Technology please stand? You may be seated. Will the candidates for the degree Associate of Applied Science and Human Services please stand? You may be seated. Will the candidates for the degree Associate of Applied Science and Law Enforcement Technology please stand? Will the candidates for the degree Associate of Applied Science in Nursing Technology please stand? You may be seated. Will the candidates for the degree Associate of Applied Science in Social Work Assistant Program please stand? You may be seated. Will the candidates for the degree Associate of Applied Science in Surgical Technology please stand? You may be seated. Will the candidates for the degree Associate of Arts please stand? You may be seated. Will the candidates for the degree Associate of Arts with a concentration in psychology please stand? You may be seated. Will the candidates for the degree Associate of Technical Studies in Dental Education Technology please stand? You may be seated. Will the candidates for the Addiction Studies Certificate please stand? You may be seated. Will the candidates for the Basic Health Care Certificate please stand? Will the candidates for the Behavioral and Mental Health Technician Certificate please stand? You may be seated. Will the candidates for the Entrepreneurship Certificate please stand? You may be seated. Will the candidates for the Entrepreneurship One-Year Certificate please stand? You may be seated. Will the candidates for the Home Health Care Provider Certificate please stand? You may be seated. Will the candidates for the Office Administration One-Year Certificate please stand? You may be seated. Will the candidates for the Management One-Year Certificate please stand? You may be seated. Will the candidates for the Phlebotomy Certificate please stand? You may be seated. Will the candidates for the Practical Nursing One-Year Certificate please stand? You may be seated. Will all of the candidates please stand? Dr. Berry, I have the distinct honor to present and recommend on behalf of the faculty of Central Ohio Technical College these candidates who have completed all of the requirements for the Associate of Applied Business, Associate of Applied Science, Associates of Arts, Associates of Science, One-Year Certificate, and Short-Term Certificate.
Thank you, Dr. Ferenchek. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Central Ohio Technical College Board of Trustees and the state of Ohio, I confer upon you the appropriate degrees and certificates with all the rights, privileges, and duties pertaining thereto. Congratulations. Let's give our graduates one heck of a round of applause. You may be seated. In recognition of the degrees and certificates just conferred, the diplomas will now be handed out.
Abigail Marie Majors. Jesse LeMay, with honors. Daniel Jefferson Bradley. Amanda Lee Kaplinger. Laura K. Hill, with honors. Stella E. Jesse. Taylor Renee Listabarger, with honors. Samantha Marie Perrine, with honors. Aaliyah Jeanette Rourke. Nisha Adakari, with honors. Austin Hunter Davis. John Amos Lowe IV, with honors. Mike Scott Dayton. Yvonne Joanne Overly, with honors. Tatiana Dimitrovska. Amy Irene Smith. Ziera Cox, with honors. Abner Israel King, with honors. Qas Noor Ahmed. Mariam Ba. Kylan Rose Blair. Madison Lynn Burnett. Abriana Klaus. Jessica Lynn Crowder. Calandra Lindsay De La Cruz. Heather Lee De La Garza, with honors. Caitlin Brooke DeLong. Anik Cassandra Gacko, with honors. Belen Apado Garcia. Rachel K. Jewel Green. Michaela Ann Harris. Kana Kalisiwa Heckman. David Jude with honors. Chloe Ray Knighton. Sarah Jean Larmy. Chelsea Jean Lawler. Benjamin Ross Leonard with honors. Taylor Delia Lomax. Monique Lachey Nicole Mail. Kayla Michelle McGuire. Austin Jacob McClellan. Gabriella Cole Miller Barber. Amy Gabriela Ramirez. Amber Denise Riffle with honors. Lindsay Ann Sanderson with honors. Brittany Ellen Schaefer. Hallie Christine Stover. Sherika K. Vandergriff. Bimala Wagley. Patria Jackie Walker. Edna M. Watkins with honors. Stephanie Marie Weinstock. Haley Brianne Willis. Naomi Summerly Nichols. Paul Allen Bryan Park with honors. Emma Grace Burke. Zoe Loren Burns. Riley Dennis. Jamila Iman Holland, with honors. Taylor Lynn Kelly. Lainey Maria Michael. Fardosa Abdeweli Mohammed. Andrew John Morgan. Heather Wesley. Tara Ashley Shepard, with honors. Amari Aaron Brighty. Nicole Mole. Kayla Marie Bradley. Freedom Marie Lopez, with honors. Tanya Marie Witham. Jessa M. Henwood, with honors. Talitha S. Hutchins. Caitlin Amber Bayshore. Jennifer Lynn Bonner, with honors. Christelle Dorr. Heather Lynn Evans. Alexia Ryan Gress. Kelsey Lynn Hall. Jessica Ann Hostetler. Amanda Rochelle Jacobson, with honors. Samuel Ryan Kinney. Jessica Jean May. Erica Page Money. Jaden Nicole Palumbo. Leah Danielle Reining. Laura Rusike. Meredith Lynn Weiss, with honors. Chelsea Martine Williams. Melissa S. Rollins.
Will all of the graduates please rise? In keeping with academic tradition, you may now transfer your tassel from right to left. This is a visible sign and symbol that you are now a graduate of Central Ohio Technical College. Let's give our graduates a round of applause. You may be seated. So by virtue of being the president of COTC, I also am able to close the ceremony. And I'm going to share a story with you, and then we're going to pull this story apart for just a minute. And then we're going to let everyone go and celebrate together. But it's very important that I share with you the tale of the two crocheted hats. There once was a man and a woman who had been married for more than 60 years. Imagine that, spending 60 years of your life with somebody, no matter who that is. They talked about everything. They kept no secrets from one another, except the old woman had a shoebox in the top of the closet that she cautioned her husband never to open or ask about. For all those years, he had never thought about that box. But one day, the older woman got very sick, and the doctor said she would not recover. In trying to sort out all of their affairs, the old man took down the shoebox and took it to his wife's bedside. She agreed that it was time that they should see what was in the box together. When he opened it, he found two beautifully crocheted hats and a stack of money totaling about $50,000. He asked her about the unusual contents. When we were married, she said, my grandmother told me that the secret to happy marriage was to never argue. She told me that if I got angry with you, I should just quit and be quiet and crochet a hat. The little old man was so moved, he had to fight back tears. Only two precious knitted caps were in that box, and she had only been angry with him 2 times in all the years that they were living and loving. He almost burst with joy and happiness. Sweetheart, he said, that explains the hats, but what about this money? Where did all that come from? Oh, she said, that's the money I made from selling all the other hats. So, yes, it's a cute story, but let's pull this apart together and talk about some life lessons that we can kind of glean from that and some of the things that you heard from our 2 speakers tonight. First and foremost, I will challenge you, don't be reckless with other people's hearts. Don't put up with people who are reckless with yours. Your hearts are precious. You are a gift to our communities. Be gentle with yourselves and with one another. Remember compliments you receive, but forget the insults. Keep your old love letters. Throw away your old bank statements. Maybe you'll marry, maybe you won't. Maybe you'll have children, maybe you won't. Maybe you'll divorce at 40. Maybe you'll dance the funky chicken on your 75th wedding anniversary. Whatever you do, don't congratulate yourself too much or berate yourself either. But be willing to work at all your relationships. Personal ones, professional ones, collegial ones, they all matter to you in the end. Get to know your parents. You never know when they'll be gone for good. Be nice to your siblings. And if you're like me, that is not an easy task. They're your best linked to your past and the people who will most likely stick with you in the future. Understand that friends can come and go, but with a precious few, you should hold on tightly. Work hard to bridge the gaps in geography and lifestyle, because the older you get, the more you need the people who you knew when you were younger. Those are some sage advice components, but I also want to leave you finally with two different quotes. And they've had meaning and purpose. I remember hearing these when I actually sat through a commencement. The first one is from Madeleine Albright, the first female U.S. Secretary of State. Have the wisdom to recognize the best in others while always demanding the best from yourself. And then finally, my favorite singer, Bono from U2, who's a musician, businessman, and philanthropist. This is the time for bold measures. And this is the country, and you are the generation. That degree of yours is a blunt instrument. Go forth and build something with it. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now graduates of the Central Ohio Technical College. There's a lot of responsibility to that because you have a lot of power in your hands. You will change lives, you will build communities every day, and we can't be more proud of who you are, who you've become, and what you will ultimately do. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the autumn 2024 commencement of Central Ohio Technical College. Please remain seated until the platform party and faculty have recessed and the graduates have exited the gymnasium. I now direct the recessional to begin.